Well, most people don't seem to know what a Queen's Rover Scout really is. It is very interesting if you look into sedition, treason, infiltration, and so forth, to scatter and divide. Matthew's boss is Chief Rover Scout, Chief of Scouts, Sir Peter Cosgrove, the Governor General of Australia. That's his boss. However, he does say here now, he mentions another chief, um, but don't underestimate who this man is connected to. That's my point.
Here his name crops up again in these printed emails, and I went, oh, I recognise that name. And Malcolm McCusker was the former or immediate past governor, and therefore my immediate past chief scout of Western Australia. And so when you see this, you'll see that again, on my honour, as another of Her Majesty's Queen Scouts, I've got all those pretty pictures in there, and I've added a few more, so that I'm not backing away, and I can't. And so it forces them to respond now, because I've added all these mainstream media email addresses as well. ABC and the staff that...
Just read out the list.
Well, he may still get no response, but at least there is a date and time stamped email from me. I have done my duty. So, it has come to my attention. I am here and on my honour, I have responded with a clear date and time stamped email to as many people as I believe in Her Majesty's responsible state governments, because that includes Queensland and New South Wales detectives. And so once I got their names, I got the universal resource locator, the tagline for their respective police force, and so I just added their first dot last name at, and so that result.
Matthew's got an earpiece on and he's listening to a conversation to another Freemason friend in Kwinana, West Australia, I believe. He sent a document out pertaining to the murder of Corryn Rayney and who was involved in covering up. But unfortunately, all that got covered up.
He cited it, but in 48 hours, what has he done with it? Possibly photocopied it and possibly forwarded it on to whomever, wherever. But whatever.
A few days after this, Matthew gets an email from someone fairly high up telling him to back off.
I've added the Western Australian
and
Police
cover up, I guess.
I've added the Western Australian Ombudsman, who investigates police complaints, and I've added the Western Australian Crime and Corruption Commission. Well, certainly you can forward. Yes. And I CC'd a copy to the Finnis electorate email address. Yeah, well, his office in Victor Harbour will have that. and that should forward a copy to him. I've actually probably still got his personal private email address from when I was here 6 years ago. But I can't be bothered, you know. I've had my run-ins with him, you know, and I'm not interested in causing any personal, private, whatever. No, the point is he's got no, I mean, his duty of care is with you, and so you're following that up anyway. You can print this out and take that along and say, did you actually see this copy that Matthew CC'd your office? And if not, here it is. You see, you hand him face to face a hard copy of what I've just sent you.
Can you notice the notice?
And then that means you are a credible witness to the fact that you've formally handed it to him and he can't back away from it. See how I cover myself? I fashion bullets for people to fire. Yes, well, you know, this is what being on my honour is all about. And, you know, clearly I've sent this, and I'm not just a Queen Scout. I'm also fully invested by the Rights of St George. And how many people do you know that are? And then on top of that, not only did I become another of Her Majesty's Rover Scouts, but I went and achieved the highest award you can in Rover Scouting, and that is the Baden-Powell Award, who became the Chief Scout of the world. And so you don't, you know, in rovering to success, Lord Robert Baden-Powell talked about leaving your campsite a bit cleaner than you found it, and that's what I'm doing, psychologically. So socially, that's what I'm doing. I mean, I've come here in good faith. I've got to deal with my unit, as you know. I've got to deal with my finances, and I've got my accountant there. And so when I go back with you,